How can the Seattle Mariners win the AL West? Find out more in today's video. So per usual, the AL West is expected to be one of the most competitive divisions in all of baseball between the Mariners, the Astros, and the Rangers. And in order for the Mariners to go out and win first place in the division, there's a few things that they have to do right. So truly starting with one of the most important things the Mariners have to do this season going into 2024 is starting off hot. The Mariners are notorious for having slow starts and then kind of getting into a groove later in the season and having a big winning streak. But here's a few reasons why it's really important that this season they start off on a hot streak. Starting with one of the big reasons, and that is their strength of schedule in the first month. In the first month, they face Boston, Cleveland, Milwaukee, Colorado, Cincinnati, all teams that are going to be decent, but really nothing that stands out. And really, we can't have a early in the season last year type situation where Milwaukee comes in and sweeps us early in the season. While they're a very competitive team, there's no reason that they should walk into T-Mobile and sweep us. So by no means am I saying that their schedule is easy, but it's definitely a schedule that they can take advantage of and really win a lot of games in. One thing they really have to figure out this season is to not really go through those stretches. While win streaks are absolutely awesome, let's keep doing those as frequently as possible. Having the times where we go through losing streaks as well is really something that's killed us in the past. There's no reason in these first 7 games of the year against Boston and Cleveland that we should not be at least 5-2. Moving away from the schedule for a little bit, I'm going to talk about some injuries on the other teams such as the Astros and the Rangers and kind of how that factors into the Mariners early in the season. As of right now, knock on wood, the Mariners are healthy, except Brian Wu is a little bit with inflammation, as we just learned yesterday, and Matt Brash and Gregory Santos are still working their way back up. But just to give you a little bit of background on what the Astros are dealing with, as well as the Rangers. Currently, the Astros are going without the entire season without Kendall Graveman. Lance McCullers isn't expected to come back until about June or July. Jose Urquidy, I don't know if I'm saying his name right, is expected to be out at least until May. And Justin Verlander is also going to be starting the season on the injured list. So these are 4 big pieces for the Astros, especially from the pitching standpoint. Their offense will be as good as they usually are, but one thing the Mariners can take advantage of is them having less pitching and going out and winning as many games as possible while the Astros struggle to try to piece wins together, especially from a pitching standpoint. Now moving on to a little bit of the Rangers. Nathaniel Lowe is out for a little bit. He has a tightness in his side, so he might be out for a little bit to start the season. Max Scherzer is going to be out for a while, as well as Jacob deGrom. Jacob deGrom is expected to come back around August, while Max Scherzer will miss a few months and is expected to be back in June or July. So that's 3 big pieces for them that it will not be back for a few months. Nathaniel Lowe might be back a little earlier, but again, something the Mariners can take advantage of is going out and winning as many as possible at the beginning of the year so they don't have to keep playing catch-up throughout the season. And by no means am I trying to flaunt saying, oh, these guys are injured, this really helps us. Nobody wants to see anyone get injured. We want to see everyone play baseball, which is why we love watching this game. Especially big game guys like I've just named. We want to see them play, but this is something that can favor the Mariners in terms of starting off the season hot. Also going along with a hot theme, the Seattle Mariners had a really hot offense in spring training. Ryan Bliss hit 314, Ty France hit 324, Dom Canzone hit 281, Luis Urias hit 290, Jorge Polanco hit 433, JP Crawford hit 333, Samad Taylor hit 310, Mitch Garver hit 310, Mitch Haniger hit 464, which is absurd. Dylan Moore hit 393. We just had a really good offensive spring training, and that's definitely something that we need to carry on going into opening day. I was watching the scrimmage between the Mariners and the Padres last night, and you can really just see how they're piecing together ABs more. Dylan Cease had over 60 pitches, and he wasn't even through the 3rd inning yet, so they're really just working ABs, which is going to be huge for the Mariners this season. One thing that I kind of want to keep pushing is the fact that they really need to start this season off hot. Last year, I believe they were 11-17 and really just struggled to get above that 500 mark until the end, right before All-Star break. And we had some really bad games against the Rangers earlier on in the season, which really hurt us in the end, obviously missing the playoffs by 1 game. So truly the number one thing that the Mariners really need to focus on this season is just consistency, being able to get into a rhythm early on and being able to not really lose it as much. So imagine they have those big winning streaks like they've had the past few years, while on top of being consistent throughout the entire year. Those winning streaks will only just push them over the top that much more. And truly, as we all know, the biggest thing and the biggest key for them winning the AL West this season is staying healthy. We have a lot of injury-prone players, which is something that could really hurt us going down the stretch. We already have Emerson Hancock coming up and being our 5th guy in the rotation with Brian Wu's inflammation, which is hopefully nothing serious, but it's already starting with the injuries. But as we've previously discussed in prior videos, I really do think the Mariners have a lot more depth than they had in the past. Like I said, now you have guys like Samad Taylor, who just hit 310 in spring training down in AAA waiting. Jonathan Clase is now in AAA waiting to be called up at some point. Same with Tyler Locklear, as well as guys like Ryan Bliss, who have absolutely been lighting it up and really showing off his full skill set this spring training. And I still do think it's a little bit early to talk about guys like Cole Young just yet. They will obviously be huge parts in our future, but just right now I don't think they're major league ready. But kind of having that confidence in our depth, so when certain injuries arise or guys need off days, we have these guys down waiting to be called up and really play and make an impact on the team. So with opening day being in 2 days, I believe that the Mariners are going to have 92 wins this season, and a lot of you may think that's a lot, but I do think it is 100% possible with everyone staying healthy and with just the pure talent that we have on this roster. I think one thing you're going to see this year is a lot of piecing together runs and not just relying on the home run ball. While we do have a lot of guys that have a lot of pop, we still are not going to be relying on the home run ball as much as we have in the past. I think this, on top of when our bullpen is fully healthy and if our starting five obviously stays healthy, we truly just have one of the most stacked teams in the league, in my opinion, easily top 10 without a doubt. And again, in my opinion, I don't really think the Astros or the Rangers have really added any major piece. Obviously, Josh Hader was a huge piece for the Astros bullpen, but their bullpen's always been very good. And the Rangers not re-signing Montgomery is definitely going to be huge for us as well. So please let me know down in the comments what you guys think about the Mariners' possibility of winning the AL West. I truly do think it's definitely something that's very possible, and to really not sleep on this team going into the year because I'm very excited to watch this team play. But otherwise, I hope you guys are ready for opening day. We're going to have a lot of in-season content coming your way, so make sure to follow me over on X at EastCoastEms_, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.